Hey everybody, welcome back to day 11. I skipped yesterday's video lesson because, and this is the first time I've really put this out there, quote unquote, publicly, even though this is a private exclusive group, is that I am creating a master's degree program to propose to Life Chiropractic College West to add to their curriculum. It is a first of its kind. It's all based on my work and this work that you're going through right now, and it's called behavioral nutrition and functional fasting. It's 360 hours of master's level education and practical and courses and classes and stuff like that. So it was a significant thing. I was cramming for it yesterday, going through my presentation, and I was fully occupied by that. That meeting got canceled today and postponed to next week because someone is out. So I will be continuing to work on it, but that's something I'm working on. All of these lessons and summaries and brief points and notes that I'm going through here will be part of that 360-hour accredited master's degree course, as well as a 12-hour continuing education course that will parallel that. So just so you know, a lot of information. One of the hardest things I have is trying to summarize things here for you, but that's what I was working on. So there was no lesson yesterday. We're picking right up today. And today is about day 11. This is 10 full days of fasting. And so I want to give you an update from my point of view of what's going on with me. So, first of all, body weight changes. I am down 12.4 pounds, down to 215.6 pounds today. And if you were to extrapolate that out, that's 1.24 pounds per day over the last 10 days, and extrapolate that out into 30 days, it comes out to about 37 pounds of weight loss. Now, realistically, and knowing what I know about fasting and physiology, I know I can only lose so much fat and weight once I get down to a certain point, roughly around 6/10 of a pound. If that holds true, then I anticipate in the next 20 days losing roughly around 12 more pounds, bringing me to a 24.4 pound total weight loss and a body weight of 203.6 pounds. For me, that is very light. 215 is when I'm really active and doing my thing and on my game, and I can go up from there. Obviously, I did, right? And I had lost weight before coming in here, and I'll go into that in a second and so forth. But my anticipated weight loss is probably around 24 pounds, very similar, within a pound of what I lost the first time I did 30 days, and I wasn't planning, structuring, and I did not prep and plan for a long-term fast. So I think this experience is different, and I'll explain a little bit about that moving forward. So my sleep. The first 4 nights were brutal. I had a cold. I could not lay flat. And then I was fasting. I don't know which was which. I know people have sleep issues, but I attributed it all to my cold, because I know what I go through and I saw what someone had gone through before me, pretty much where I caught it from. And so I just rode with it. Now, since that point, a couple of days in, I crashed. I had a lot of sleep. Now what I am experiencing in my sleep is I am ending the day with a satisfaction of tiredness, right? It's not like I'm exhausted. I'm not like so tired that I can't sleep. I'm not having trouble falling asleep. I end the day knowing I did something today. I feel like I had a full active day. And when I was ready for bed, I am falling to sleep quickly and I'm staying asleep for my allotted time. Last night, I think I got about um, 7 hours of sleep. I woke up twice to go to the bathroom. I am drinking a lot of water, over a gallon a day, so that is to be expected. I try to stop drinking water by 6 or 7 p.m. if I can, but sometimes that doesn't happen, right? So that's the experience. And with that change in sleep, it's dramatic for me. I've been through bouts of insane insomnia where I've worked all through the night and I've just laid in bed trying to sleep, and you name it, I've been through it. I have a whole sleep program that we're going to be launching later in the year based on this, that I did in population health and I've done privately before, and it's just based on that reason, because sleep is so important. And so that has made a big shift in my experience as well. My feeling, that light feeling, has continued. I mentioned that light feeling on day 6 where I just felt nimble. I felt agile. I felt a fun, youthful lightness in my body. That is continuing on today, and it feels very, very good. Okay. And then what I've also noticed in my bodily feelings is I can feel and sense my body differently than before. I am thinning out. My pants are falling off. My waist is down to a 35 and a quarter waist 1 inch above my belly button. That is very low. I think I've only gotten to 35 as an adult one time before, and that's when I was doing, this was years ago before I knew better, and I was doing 6 meals a day. I was exercising twice a day, and I was running health programs. I had a gym in my office, and I was leading the classes. It was a lot of work. Normally that's what it would take for me to hit these kind of dimensions, but now it's going there naturally, and I'm leaning out. My first 30-day fast, I noticed towards the end of it, I did get skinny, and you could see it and I could feel it, but I had a softer feel and look to me than I do now. For some reason, based on the prep and planning and what I'm doing going through, I am maintaining a solid amount of tone, which makes me go into the next point of how I'm going to continue forward. I'm doing that anabolic rebound. Anabolic just means muscle building, right? I am going to replenish and rebuild my muscle once I'm done. I'm going to have a strict diet, as strict as I can, insulin friendly. I'm going to follow all the same principles that we talk about here, ranging from 1 meal a day to 3. And I'm including some fasting days every week in that, at least 1, if not 2. And I'm going to outline all that. And we're going to probably have another challenge just like this to go along with it if people are interested at all in that. So, but that is my plan. What will that represent in weight? I don't know. And at this point, I don't care, right? I don't really care at this point. I just want to see what can happen. I anticipate some significant visual change and size change. Not crazy. I'm not going to turn into a bodybuilder, but from where I'm going to stop to where I go, I will be back to a more normal musculature level of my body. But since I'm lower in fat, it will be able to be seen easier, at least by me. And that is exciting and motivating. So that is my plan going out. I wanted to talk about my teeth and gums. They're continuing to get better. An area in my gums where I had significant receding and it was actually starting to turn gray is turning pink, and the tissue is building back up. Pretty interesting. No, I don't have pictures, and I'm not going to show you. Some things are personal, and that's one of them, and I don't want to share that. But I will tell you the concept and the change that I'm feeling like I'm doing now. All right? Bowels. I haven't had a bowel movement in about 3 days, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not constipated. There's no upset. It's just there's nothing going through there. There's nothing coming out of there. That's to be expected. I don't know when the next one is, and I'm not worried about it. I've also decreased my salts significantly, right? I don't have the taste for it. I don't have the drive to get it. They don't seem to impact me the same way. And the last time I was at full dose is when I went into that loose bowel concept. I cut it in half, and then from that, I probably cut it in half again. I'm probably using about a quarter of the salt, potassium, and magnesium that I was using in the beginning of my fasting time. You can go back to that video if you want a refresher on what those numbers actually look like. So, what I want to communicate now is I'm at day 10 going into day 11. I plan on going for the 30 days. At this point in time, I almost feel embarrassed to say how easy this has been. And if you've listened to me before, I do not use the term easy, but it has been easy. At this point, I can now make food, prep food, shop for food, serve food, sit down through dinner without a second thought. I realize at this point in time, all of those limitations were in my head. And the physiology had changed so much before and then going into the fast that it's just not even an issue now. The other day at Easter, I made a 7-pound bone-in ribeye roast for my family, and I carved it. I will say the carving and serving of that was challenging because, man, it looks so good. I kept the crust on every piece, the fat on the outside. I did a good job carving. It was cooked perfectly. It smelled fantastic. It was on my hands. I did lick my fingers, I'll tell you that, and so forth. I did pinch off a piece of crust, and we're talking barely between my fingers to taste the seasoning, and it was good. So did I want that? Yeah. Did I have an urge? Did I have to fight anything within me to not have it? No, not at all. I sat there, I enjoyed my water, and with the family, we had an Easter dinner. It was pretty cool. No harm, no foul, no issue. They didn't feel weird about me. I didn't feel weird about them. Totally no issue. They ended up having dessert. This sister who came to visit actually brought some ice cream sundae mix. They made ice cream sundaes. I didn't have a problem not doing that. Now, granted, I didn't scoop them, serve them, and make these sundaes, but there was no charge there at all whatsoever. So I'm happy about that. And so this process going through, if this is how I feel, I don't know when I will stop, because it is not an issue. I went to the amusement park. We went through the holidays. I've been hanging out with my son. It has not been a big issue. He's going back to his mom's in a couple of days, and I'll be on my own back to the regular routine. But I wasn't having a problem then. I don't anticipate one now. So, what does that mean? It means we got 20 more days in this group. You still have plenty of time to make a dramatic change, to add to what you've been doing, to get more out of it, and to create a new start for yourself. What I'm realizing is at the end of this time, I will have a new relationship with food, a new upgraded physiology, body composition, and metabolism. I have an opportunity there to perpetuate whatever I want. If ever in your life, from health, from weight, from fitness, from emotional stability, whatever side of it you ever wanted to just have a fresh start, this is literally a chance to do that. This is literally a chance to do that. And a lot of people like to focus on weight loss. I get it. I do too. I'm recording and telling you about it. I understand. But here's the deal. Coming into this over the 4 months prior, I had lost 25 pounds already. And people say, oh, that's great. Now I'm going into this and I'm looking to lose 24 pounds. That's 50 pounds. Oh, fantastic. No, it's not. That stinks. Why? Because I was at a point where I needed to lose 50 pounds. I had a point where I lost the first 25 and I'm rolling to lose more. People like to applaud and cheer when people lose weight, but we forget to think, why did you get there? Why were you there in the first place? It gets completely ignored because it's that will perpetuate forward if you are not careful and plan this thing out and change. Right? It is that whatever got me there before will get me there again if I go back to it when I'm done. And when you have a clean start, why would you want to repeat anything that got you to a place that you did not want to be? That a place where you wanted a clean start. You have it, and you still have time to get that going through this program. Think about it well. I'm planning out this anabolic rebound for 6 weeks, but after that, I am planning out a sustainable concept for me moving forward so I never have to be in that position again. I never have to lose this nimble light feeling. I never have to enjoy this comfortable and satisfying tiredness and sleep that I get. Right? I don't want to go back. I don't want to buy bigger clothes. I'm going to have to buy smaller clothes, and I'm going to get rid of my bigger clothes. Okay, donate them, give them away, whatever you wanted to do. That's what I am going to do because I don't want to go back. And so when I'm done with this, just like when I'm done with the 6 weeks, I'm going to assess my body, assess how I feel, and see what I want to perpetuate. What do I want to live moving forward? We're talking long term. This isn't a diet or a weight loss gimmick. This is a lifestyle. And how do I make sure that my lifestyle is trackable, planned out enough that I don't have to worry about slipping back to any place I've ever been before if I don't want to. And although I may not want to go there, it's actually a want because I would have to do certain things to get there. Those are the things I want to avoid. So as you come to whatever point you do and you're at a place that you like, think about not only the success you've had in losing this and getting here, think about what drove you to get to a place you needed to lose the weight and get here from. And make those changes. You almost have to do the exact opposite of what you were. It's not about moderation. Sticks and stones will break your bones, but moderation will kill you. And this is proof of it. It's a complete revamp, and you have a brand new slate, a brand new opportunity to do whatever it is that you want and know that you could do, can do, and will do. But you have to do it. You have to plan it. And we'll go through more about planning and structuring and setting up those things as we go in. 10 days in, we got 20 more days. A lot of lessons coming up, a lot of information, a lot of sharing, a lot more wins, a lot more momentum, a lot more success to build on. Capitalize on it. Document everything you possibly can and take notes, journal, and go through your feelings, emotions about it, and contemplate about where you were and how you got there and how you are not going to do that again if you want to stay in this type of realm, shape, size, or what have you. That's my 2 cents for today. I hope that helps. Love to hear your comments. I'll see you in the group.